Alright, next countdown. Top 10 favorite Nickelodeon game shows. Very simple. All the game shows are on Nickelodeon. Counting down from 10 to 1. I don't think I have any honorable mentions because it wasn't much that I liked other than these. So, number 10 is Get the Picture. Hosted by Michael O'Malley, who will go on to host Guts. We'll get to that. The show was about two teams of two kids who would answer questions, and maybe it was just the two teams of kids. I don't know. Maybe it was one each. Usually most of these are just about two teams of two kids. I don't know. Answer questions to, then if they get it right, they get to pick a spot on the picture, and that part is revealed, and they have to guess what the picture is. There's also like speed round, and there's special stuff. It's really cool. It didn't last that long, but I remember watching the reruns and I enjoyed it. Number 9 is You're On. Hosted by Phil Moore. It was sort of a reality game show where they bring contestants on, and Phil Moore would have them go out with one of his co-hosts, Travis, or forget her name. Vivian, I think her name was. And they would have these kids do a task. Certain things they'd have to do. They have a little list, and they'd have to have random people do these things. It was enjoyable. I remember watching it a lot. Pretty cool. It was in the late 90s. Number 8 is Finders Keepers. Now this one, there are two different versions of it. There's the Nickelodeon version, there's the syndicated version. The syndicated version is not so good, but there is the version with Wesley Earl, which is the ones that I like. And basically what it is you got two teams, two people, two kids, whatever, and they have to answer a question about an item or something, and they have to answer a question. They show a picture, and you have to answer a question related to something hidden in the picture, and you have to find it, circle it on a little board thing. And once you get enough of these, then you can go through the house. In the house, you get another question relating to an item you have to search for and find. It's a pretty cool show. I used to do this with my son when he was little. I used to, kind of educating, hide an item in a place and describe the place where you hid it. That's what I would do. He doesn't remember doing that. I've asked him before. He's like, no, I don't remember that. But he was little. He was like 4 or 5. And he was pretty good at it. But yeah, Finders Keepers. Number 7 is What Would You Do? Mark Summers, who also hosted the Double Dare, hosted this show. And it's basically, it's like You're On, but different. Like, what would you do if I said that you had to hold your breath for some, I don't know. But it's, instead of slime, they had the pie, and, it was pretty cool. Mark Summers would do this, because basically it's kind of like You're On, where he would have kids and parents do certain things. Like, they learn how to do certain dance, or just like a clown to do something, or, and there'd also be a doors or something. You could take this, or you could, go to the pie pod or something. It was all pretty cool. Number 6 is Nick Arcade. Phil Moore, back on the list again. And this one was two groups of, two teams, two kids each, would play, see the pattern here, would answer questions, and then they could go play another game. If they have to move, they have to answer questions. And if they did, then they can move Mikey, who's on the video board. And when he moves, it ends on a spot. Sometimes you get on a spot where you can go play a video game. Always to pick who goes first, they play a video game and go head to head. And I always liked that, because there was like Paperboy, other games that you could. There was actually real games. At the end of the game, the winners of the game would go on to face one of 3 game masters, which Mondo. There's only one, Mongo, whatever. I don't remember, but there's 3 of them, and then you'd have to do they would mix the kids in with animation, and then have to do it. How the kids knew what they were doing, I don't know, but it was always pretty cool to see. Number 5 is Legends of the Hidden Temple. This one, you actually had... Hold on. I'm going to say 6 teams, and they would do a obstacle course type thing, whatever it was, to go across the lake. And whenever 4 teams got over, they would go on to the Steps of Knowledge. And from there, they would be asked questions about today's historical story. And they'll be told a story, and then they have to answer the questions. Olmec, who was this big stone thing, would be the one who tells the story. He was voiced by, forgot the name, Bradley Baker. And the host of the show was Kirk Fogg. And when they get to Steps of Knowledge, there's 4 teams, and they have to answer questions. You get it right, you go forward. Once 2 teams have got to the end of the Steps of Knowledge, then those 2 teams will go on to play the temple games. And if they win the temple game, whichever team won the temple games, then they will go on to the actual temple. Keep in mind, this is a 30-minute show. So all that into a 30-minute show plus commercials. They actually brought this back as a TV movie, which I thought was pretty good. Kirk Fogg even made an appearance. I thought it was alright. Number 4, Guts/Global Guts. Guts was basically, you got 3 kids, and they go on, they do these sports type things, and whoever gets the most points wins, basically. And then Global Guts was kids from around the world playing. And I always like watching Global Guts more. It's interesting to find out about the kids from around the world, you know. Interesting tidbit, though. Something I realized from watching these on YouTube and stuff is that AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys was actually one of the competitors on Guts. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm like, wait a minute. That's a Backstreet Boy. And actually, I have that DVD, the Nick Games and Sports DVD. It's on that DVD, I believe. So, yeah. Number 3, Wild and Crazy Kids. We had, it was a kids sports show. 3 teams, multiple kids, and they have to do these sports and stuff. And whichever team won, I guess. There were 3 hosts. It was Omar Gooding, Donnie Jeffcoat, and the only other name I know is Jessica. I don't know her full name. Those are the 3 hosts. Donnie Jeffcoat was in a couple of things. Omar Gooding, he went on to be a smart guy, which is a good show, but it's not better than Boy Meets World. Just say it. But yeah, basically just to do sports and stuff. It was cool to watch. Number 2, Figure It Out. This one was one of my favorites because you actually had Nickelodeon stars as the panel. What it is, I think it's based on What's My Line. Is you have 4 panelists, each are a celebrity or a Nickelodeon star. They even had like wrestling stars like The Giant, which is the Big Show, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and even Le Champion himself, Chris Jericho, as panelists. And of course, other Nickelodeon stars. Keenan and Kel, to anyone on all of that. Lloyd Beth Denver goes on to the most, and Danny Timberelli. I don't know! Just, yeah, and they had like 3 different versions of it. Much like Guts and Global Guts, there was Figure It Out, which is the original. Then Figure Out Family Style, where okay, so the whole thing about it is you had the panelists, and they have to guess what the contestant does. And the original, it was just like 1 kid, maybe a couple kids, and they do something cool. Like one of them I remember is the kid that would bite cheese in the shape of states. Gee, I wonder why I remember that one. Cheese! And then Figure Out Family Style was like a kid and a family member, and they do something together, you know? And then Figure Out Wild Style, which the thing that they did had something to do with an animal, which was cool. Yeah. And number 1 Double Dare. Now, Double Dare had its own share of versions as well. Hosted by Mark Steiner, there was Double Dare, there was Family Double Dare, Super Slappy Double Dare, there was the Double Dare 2000, there's the current Double Dare that's on right now, Double Dare everywhere. Yeah, Mark Steiner was the host. He hosted all versions except for the new one, which is like a co-host, I guess. And the weird thing that I didn't know until I watched the Nostalgia Critics video on this, he's a germaphobe, like Howie Mandel. So it's amazing how he always got slapped down and stuff, and how he could do this. How he even took the job, money, but I bet he didn't realize that taking this job, most likely for the money, would get him, growing up, people loved him, and they still love him. The fact that he actually came back to be a co-host. He's not like the full host. Maybe he's like, oh, I don't know. After all these years of being away from it, he can't be the full host, but he can be part of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, Double Dare is number one, definitely. That's my list. So what are your thoughts on my list? Leave in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Next, we got the Nicktoons. So, yeah. I may bust out the DVDs for that. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough. I have 8 out of 10. I may. We'll see. Till then, like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.